Well, that's it. Another World Cup's finished, done and dusted, and England lose another semi-final to Argentina. Um, am I gutted? No, I wouldn't say I was gutted. Buds, this way, mate. Come on. I wouldn't say I was gutted. I'm so more disappointed in the last 20 minutes over anything that's ever happened in this competition for England. I'm seeing social media posts and saying how disgusted they are with the performance, and I think England played really well this game. They played 70 minutes of their best football, I think, and then the last 20 minutes we made a decision to shut up shop too early. And I think, again, I was talking to my dad earlier today, and I could not criticise Thomas Tuchel's selection and Thomas Tuchel's in-game management and substitutions. I could not fault whatever he'd done this tournament at all. Some people are questioning, oh yeah, we didn't play well, but it's a different type of football. This is the type of competition, if you win 1-0 every game, you're World Cup champions. It doesn't matter about if you a goal difference or whether you beat a team 5-0, 6-0 or whatever. It doesn't matter. This is clinical, knockout, hard to take football. And Thomas Tuchel, I believe, done a good job this tournament. He done a good job. And I think he brought the passion factor back towards the fan base, something that we thought might, coming to the end of Gareth Southgate's tenure, it was starting to fade away. But he gets a lot of criticism being German as well. The spy has done his job, another comment. But Thomas Tuchel stays for me. Thomas Tuchel takes us to the Euros and puts in another challenge to try and win that competition. Because that's what he does. He tries to win competitions. He's a competition, knockout type of coach. And it's very hard for domestic managers to make that transition because he is just such a different beast. But I could be proud to be English tonight. Years ago, I'd be really upset. I'd be really angry. I'd want to punch a wall. I'd want to have a fight or whatever. I'd probably lose. But but I'd be that angry at the fact that England have missed another opportunity. But I don't feel like that anymore. And I think we can be really proud of the campaign that the boys have had. We'll never forget that Mexico game, which is probably one of the top England performances in World Cup history for us. And I said this in a tweet or an X post another day, but I felt like I had won already, being a dad, because my daughter started to take an interest in England. She started to take an interest in football. And the weekend just gone, we were dancing around the kitchen, dancing to England songs. She's got her England kit on. She's playing with England balloons, and she was absolutely loving life, and she had no idea of the hurt, the pain, the history, the passion behind being an England supporter. She just enjoyed it for the moment. And we can take a lot of inspiration from our kids and youngsters where they've got no pain or history of being an England fan and just enjoying it for what it is. And I've enjoyed this World Cup for what it was. And we're a top 4 nation in the world, in the last 4 of the biggest competition in the world, probably the biggest World Cup ever. So let's be proud of our boys. Let's not criticise Thomas Tuchel over a terrible 20-minute decision, which ended our World Cup hopes. But yeah, I just think there's more to life than football. And again, like I say, seeing my daughter find the love of the game and sharing that experience with her, with a smile on her face, it's almost inspired another generation. And that's what football does, doesn't it? So I feel like I've won the World Cup in my own way, but I won't ever stop supporting England regardless who's in charge. I won't ever stop thinking we won't win the World Cup, because we just naturally will. But now I get to share that experience with my daughter for the rest of my life and the rest of her life. So, thank you, England.